Hey guys, Crisis 169 here. Um, have you suffered from VRAM stagnation? Is your games having hard to run because you're using all your VRAM up? I'm here to tell you some tidbits of information to help you with the VRAM usage. It goes for 8 gigabyte cards and above, 6 probably, 4 doesn't even try, and 2 why you playing PC gaming. But 8 gigabyte card and up, how can you get the most of your graphics card, but also not be straining it and having your VRAM spill over into your RAM memory? The tidbits here, a couple of tidbits of information. One, determine what kind of graphics card you have, NVIDIA or AMD. Usually AMD have more VRAM, but it doesn't always mean they're powerful, but it means they have more VRAM. But let's say you have a good graphics card, say 3080, 3070, and 68700 XT, and you have good amount of VRAM. 8 gigabyte card. 8 gigabyte cards are going to be the hardest one to really understand. But here's the thing. I turn on VSync, and I turn on balance on DLSS. Now FSR you can probably go balance or quality, but I always go balance because it doesn't use a lot of the power of the GPU. It kind of cools it down a little bit in my room. Eventually, I notice it. My DTM, my 37 is not a jet engine. After I'm playing Battlefield, well, I do play Battlefield a lot, so or Halo Infinite, that matter. Um, but by adjusting your settings. Like me, I use optimization a lot. It says customary, but it has it pretty high. You don't have to use the optimized settings, folks. Yeah, oh yeah, it's 23rd. The driver came out 22nd for NVIDIA. 8/22nd, 23. The new update driver came out. You don't have to use the updated drivers. They said. Now, granted, you can play around with your configurations. I learned keeping it high settings, all settings, high settings. If you have an 8 gigabyte card and you're playing a game like Battlefield or Halo Infinite or Hogwarts Legends or Last of Us or even other games like that, Spider-Man, I always think high is probably going to be the best thing for you. Ray tracing off, if you have DLSS on balance, you will get decent frame rates but also have good visuals. Now, if you put it on balance and you have FSR for your AMD and put it on quality or balance, you probably have good frame rates. I average about, if I turn it on, about 80 to 85, maybe 90 with the optimal settings and V-syncing on Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man. The more tense games. But in Battlefield, I keep it 75. I lock it 75 hertz because I like having it locked. Now, it does dip below that sometimes because, gameplay and stuff like that. But in Halo Infinite, same thing. I try to keep it locked. Call of Duty as well too. I keep it locked because it uses a lot of VRAM or a lot of my GPU I don't want to use right now because I only have a 1080p monitor. Now, if you go to a 2K monitor, 4K monitor on 8 gigabytes, it's really going to be hard for you. I think 1080p, 8 gigabytes is going to be ultimate 1080p machine. And for every game you play, Hogwarts Legends, Last of Us, all the games, 1080p is going to be where it's at. And I think that's the biggest thing you need to understand. VRAM should be pretty much, VRAM is this good resolution. That's why you see on a lot of AMD boxes, now even on NVIDIA boxes, you'll see it says, especially on AMD, it'll say 1080p, 2K, 4K, 8K. Even with NVIDIA, I mean, they'll have two. They'll have, on my 37, it says 8K 30. Yeah, 8K 30 on low maybe. Because, they 8 gigabytes of VRAM is not going to hold 8K. Maybe if I don't move in the game and just stare at, whatever I'm staring at, and yeah, the game will run at 8K 30. But Right now, no. I think it's kind of a little false advertising on the video, but I can't hold them to it because I don't have an 8K monitor. I'm not gonna buy one. Highest I probably goes 2K because that's the best resolution you can get into. A lot of people think 2K is really good. If you're an enthusiast and a master race enthusiast, then you'll buy 1080, you buy 4K and look down upon our peasants, or upon us PC peasants. Um, but then again, I don't care. So VRAM, 8 gigabytes is pretty much going to be your 1080p benchmark. Um, Anything above that, 1080p can be considered 2K, but I think 12 is considered more 2K resolution and above. Only because 10 is going to become the new norm eventually. I think I talked to Paul about I watched Paul Hardware and places like that and unboxing and different things. And what I'm getting from them is 8 gigabytes is going to be pretty much the 6 gigabytes uh, cards eventually. It's going to be pretty much, yeah, you have it, but it can only do so much. 10 gigabytes is going to be, yeah, 10 is good, but Hogwarts Legends and Last of Us and even games like Resident Evil 4 are using 9 gigabytes of a 10 or 12 gigabyte card. So you have 10 gigabyte card, 3080, 1030 Ti, I think 30 Ti at 12. If you got 3080 and you're playing these games at 2K, God bless you, because you're going to be hitting your threshold eventually. So anything around 12 would be considered 2K. So what I'm saying is each graphics card gigabyte of VRAM storage has, to me, a list it should be under. A lot more that way. Now 2K can be 12 to say 16 gigabytes at least. Maybe even 12 to 18, but let's go to 12 to 16. A good broad spectrum there. So that does 2K. Now AMD has some of them, a lot of them. NVIDIA has a few of them, but they have them. 4070s, I think 3080 Ti's, stuff like that. Now, the big resolution is 4K. Those cards are going to be your cards that are going to be 16 gigabytes plus 18, 24, whatever, like 26, whatever, like that is. 18 to 20 is going to be probably your 4K, and plus that, just adding, you're just a show off practically at that point in time. But, and why I talk about that? Why am I saying resolution between VRAM gigabytes? We're heading towards the DDR7, folks. DDR7 is coming out eventually, and it could come out with the 5000 series NVIDIA or 8000 series AMD Radeon. And once it comes out, it's going to be explosion. Our cards are GDR6 is going to become obsolete, and they released the new DLSS 3.0, 3.5 for the 40 series cards that really not taking off at all, really. Hell, I toyed the idea of buying a 4070, just seeing this 12 gig, 10 gig, 12 gigabytes gonna be worth anything, 10 gigabytes, whatever it is. I took the idea of buying one. No, I'm not lying to you. I'll be lying to you if I said I wasn't thinking about it. But that's just something that I was toying my idea in my head. Trying to stay with Team Green, but also just trying to find that niche maybe somewhere. Because like I said, though, I buy a thing and I review it. But guys, really, my videos about how much VRAM do you need, I think really it boils down to what resolution you're gonna play on. If you want to play on 2K, 12 to 16 gigabytes of VRAM, maybe even 18 if you really want to crank it high, and that's getting into 4K territory. But then again, though, if you get the most VRAM card, then you don't have to worry about it. You can play anything you want. But that's my video, guys. Catch you guys later. Once again, though, like, subscribe, and okay, ring that bell. See you guys later. Peace out.